Hey guys, it's Mark Rodriguez here.
Sleepy Paige.
Yes, and we're going to review, this is our WWE Aftershock, and this is we're going to review, of course, the biggest, most grandest pay-per-view of the year.
Wrestlemania.
Yes, Wrestlemania.
And it was awful.
No, stop. Well anyways, a reason that Paige is sleepy and I'm also a little tired is because we just came back from Zenkai-Con, and actually re-arrived right in the middle of WrestleMania. This was kind of starting and everything. And if you watch coming soon, no, it's already up, I think. The Paige Loot Crate for this month. It was right in the middle of WrestleMania. But anyway, so let's get to the matches and our thoughts. And
I'm under my blankie. I'm cold.
Yes.
My blankie.
Yes. I do want to say first thing, we did miss the kickoff show.
Pre-show.
Yeah, pre-show. It started a little earlier than we thought. You can list the matches there, just mention them. Randomly.
Okay, first match. Tyson, it's a fatal four-way tag team match for the tag team championship. Tyson Kidd and Cesaro. Blah. New Day. Los Matadores. And the Usos.
Yes, and we saw some footage. Unfortunately, Tyson Kidd and them won. And I just gotta say, they're very annoying. They're very annoying. I really wish the Usos would have won. I do have to say, though, that the Matadors have been building themselves up lately. They're always kind of, sort of like, I don't know, like kind of, I guess you could say the least important of the tag teams. But they've been kind of building themselves up lately in a couple of matches. It would have been kind of cool if they won or something. But just, I'm sick of Tyson Kidd and Cesaro and everything.
Okay, so that's the first match. The second match was the whole Battle Royale for the Andre the Giant Memorial Trophy. We completely missed this. I was looking through my Facebook and saw that the Big Show won by eliminating Damian Mizdow because he quote-unquote betrayed the Miz. So that he finally snapped and literally threw the Miz out the ring. So that's a good thing.
And he tried his best against Big Show, but of course Big Show still threw him out. But that is the biggest thing, that Mizdow finally got tired of his crap and threw him out. And of course they're going to watch Monday Night Raw and other episodes. How is the Miz going to react to this later on?
Yeah, can't wait to see that.
Now this is the real WrestleMania. Now the real matches we're going to start talking about,
which started at 7 o'clock, which we missed so many minutes because we were just getting back in town. So it was Daniel Bryan, 7-man ladder match for WWE Intercontinental Championship. So it was Daniel Bryan, Bad News Barrett, R-Truth, Screw You, Dean Ambrose, Luke Harper, Apple Guy, Dolph Ziggler, you suck because you're pathetic, and Crazy Stardust.
Yes, and I was going to say, this basically started out because Bad News Barrett won the title, Dean Ambrose stole it, and there was a big of a tug-of-war between them, and then all of a sudden,
R-Truth just joins and steals it, and then becomes a pussy and just hands it off to someone else.
Yes, and then Luke Harper starts stealing it, and then, out of nowhere, what's his name? Stardust just got involved, and it became a big thing.
And Harper just randomly got involved right now. We're on the WWE network right now, and right now it's Seth Rollins' turn against Randy Orton. So that's back on TV.
They're replaying it. Yes, watching Rollins versus Orton. But the thing,
strut your stuff. Okay. I don't care about you. Yeah, okay. Seth Rollins.
So, anyways, the main thing is that it was a good ladder match. It was pretty intense. The Stardust brought on his own weird sparkly ladder that I forgot who. Someone smacked. I think Bad News smacked it and used one of the actual steps to smack him with it. And then there was a big. I know there was a big moment where Harper threw Dean Ambrose through, it broke the ladder in half. Threw him out of the ring. He fell on the bottom and it broke the ladder in half. But I think he got medical attention or something. That was a big impact. But the big thing is that in the end, Daniel Bryan won, and it kind of bugs me because it's just too predictable. You would know he was going to win. That's the thing. When they had this ladder match before they announced Daniel Bryan, it was interesting because I had no idea who was going to win. It could have been Bad News. It could have been Dean Ambrose. I kind of knew it was probably not going to be Stardust or R-Truth, but it was going to be someone.
I just hope it wasn't R-Truth. Yeah, it's a big obvious R-Truth win, but I don't like him.
Yeah.
I don't know why. I just don't like him. His stupid cheesiness is just stupid, not cool. Bad News Barrett seems like an asshole.
Well, the thing is, that's what ruined it for me. The moment they announced that Daniel Bryan was going to be in it, like, you already know who's going to win. And I hate that. I hate that kind of thing in wrestling.
Were you like grumpy cat when you found out?
Yes. I just hate that it's like, what's it called? The Royal Rumble. The moment they announced Daniel Bryan and Roman Reigns in it, everyone was already predicting months in advance, I'm sure one of them's going to win. And it just shouldn't be that way. I think that if Bryan was not in it, it would have been much more unpredictable, because it could have gone either way. It really could have been Dean Ambrose or Ziggler, or maybe even Bad News Barrett to shut everybody up because they're stealing his title. But, So anyways, what's the next match?
Daniel Bryan won, so it will give something for the fans to be happy about, since they were so mad about Roman winning the whole Royal Rumble.
Oh yeah, well, because he won
Royal Rumble.
Mm-hmm.
So they're mad about that. So he got a title, so they can be happy now.
Yeah.
But who knows? It's not the heavyweight champion. Okay, now on to the match we are on right now, which
actually airing right now, yeah.
Which is just Randy Orton just bragging and Seth looking like a stink face.
Yeah. So basically, Randy Orton versus Seth Rollins. Randy Orton came back in one of the Raw episodes, and while the Authority was kind of like, I guess, awkward or whatever, Stephanie came in to welcome him in, and Seth tried to welcome him in because Seth was the one who injured him in the first place and everything. And, so he came back. He acted kind of nicey nice. They actually helped Seth win the match or two.
Get to the point.
Well, I know. Well, the big point is that, yes.
He betrayed him, and they fought. Now they're against Seth against Randy.
This leads to this. And yeah, it was a pretty good fight. I mean, nothing too spectacular happened. You'd expect lots of, action and stuff. But, the real kicker was the ending, though. The ending was, that was amazing. Basically,
I already forgot what happened.
Randy Orton was like, not really on his knees, but kind of getting up. It was pretty high up. And Seth Rollins was going to run into the curb stomp, but since Orton was still kind of like, he wasn't on the ground, he was kind of high, Rollins had to jump real high to get him on the curb stomp, and somehow Orton still got up and like grabbed him in midair in the middle of the curb stomp and did the RKO, and he won. And that was such an amazing stunt they did. I mean, I was really glad they put the replay, because that was just like, wow, man, did I just see that? It just looked so weird. But yeah, basically Rollins screwed himself over there. He could have waited. He could have hit him while he was still down. He wasn't really all the way down the ground yet. Then, are you trying to fast forward to that scene?
No, I'm just trying to fast forward to the next match.
Well, anyways, but yeah, that's the thing. Randy Orton won RKO out of nowhere, like what they always say. But that was pretty intense, right out of a
crap!
curb
I didn't mean to do that.
No, it don't matter. So, anyways, what's the next match, Paige?
Crap! I messed up. Whatever. The next match is Triple H versus Sting, the no disqualification match.
Yes, so this is the big one.
Okay. Well, the entrance. I'll talk about the entrance.
Yeah, mention the entrance.
Okay. Okay. Well, Sting's entrance was Brandon Lee was resurrected, and Brandon Lee was dressed up like the Crow, while Sting was dressed up like the Sting. Okay, not really, but Sting had Chinese drummers, like the traditional drummers, and he came out with that. I kind of wish they had like a crow fly around or something. That'd be cool. And then his entrance was okay. It was interesting, like the Chinese drummers, the traditional drummers. It's interesting. And then there's freaking Triple H's one, which was really good. I like that one.
Yes,
it was like
inspired by
the Terminator. Genesis?
Yeah, the upcoming Genesis movie. I was confused first because it started out with that whole searching, scanning, and I heard Arnold's voice like, I'm coming for you, and I'm like, that's Arnold's voice. And then, of course, we saw all the
it had like all the Terminators, like the robots, and they like the actual robots. So they probably got that from like the actual set themselves, and then they came from this floor, which is pretty cool. And then Triple H came up as a Terminator, but before that, Arnold had like a little video about,
I guess, like Target acquired or something, like searching.
And Triple H was a Terminator. He had a couple like Terminator heads and stuff like that, robot heads on him, but it was really good entrance for him. Yeah,
have you seen his other entrances? So he has like the weird crown and that, I guess, Shao Kahnish skull face. It was kind of like the Terminator version of that, I'd like to describe it and everything. That was pretty weird. But yeah, so once they did it, and like she said, he was holding up like broken heads, like, yeah, Triple H is that badass, if he could rip these guys apart himself, whatever. And but once the fight actually started, it was pretty good, and people were still chanting for Sting, the whole "he still got it, you still got it," whatever. Because even though of his age, he was able to rock around and do his classic moves and everything, and take the punishment and dish it out and everything. But
what I wonder is at the end where, well, I guess I'm cutting it too far, but
yeah, we'll just skip the big shock. Well, there were two shocks here. The big shock first is that when you look at Triple H was going to lose, the Degeneration X guys came out. And I wasn't around during the 90s in the Attitude Era, but I do know the Triple H had his gang called the Degeneration X people, and those guys were there. I think those same guys that were parts of the New Age Outlaws were there, and they helped out, and they cheated, they did their usual. And I was telling Paige, like, oh man, I wish, like, the NWO guys weren't so old, because Sting was with them, they could have come out, and wow, they played the NWO theme, and despite the fact that they're kind of up there in age, we still got not just Scott and Nash, Scott Hall and Nash, we got Hulk Hogan too, in Hollywood Hogan style.
Hulk Hogan?
Yes.
Sounds like you said Ho-Ho.
Well, Hollywood Hogan. And they all came down, and yeah, they did, what they could. They did some smacks and cracks here and there. I felt kind of bad, because Scott Hall was going to do his Razor's Edge, Outsider's Edge, whatever the version it's called, but they stopped him before he could do it. But it was pretty cool seeing him do his stuff.
My hand.
And okay, so it was pretty intense. And then there was a time where Triple H was going to cheat with the sledgehammer, but then like Scott Hall gave Sting his famous bat, and there was more fighting and stuff.
And the one thing is, how does a bat, like I know it's like, I don't know if it's metal or just a normal wooden bat, but somehow it literally clean cuts through the sledgehammer handle.
Yeah,
how?
That was
it's like part. A perfect clean cut, it looks like. And then that's made Triple H cowered like a little bitch.
But that's the thing. When Sting swung down his bat and it broke the sledgehammer in half, Paige was like, what's that? I mean, that's like for Mythbusters right there. But unfortunately, in the end, Sting was going to do whatever move he was going to do, and Triple H managed to smack him with the hammer side of the broken thing, and he still got the 3 count, and he still won.
But he was honorable when he won. He shook his hand. So Triple H held out his hand. Sting took the offer, and it was like an honorable truce kind of ending. So that's good.
Yeah, and I don't know, it was kind of weird. I was when he was doing that, I was hoping that it was a good handshake and not the usual shake your hand, bam, or something like that. But yeah, it was like an honorable ending. It's kind of interesting how they did that,
Okay, on to the Divas tag team match, which is AJ and Paige versus the Bella Suckers. I mean, twins.
Yes. And, well, Paige had a good entrance, and we know she had some blue in her hair, and she had a more, like, spikier, different version of her outfit. It was kind of disappointing in retrospect that Paige was all like decked out because like, hey, this is WrestleMania, you know. But you know, AJ was wearing the same old stuff, and the Divas were still basically wearing the same old thing and everything. And well, first, I mean, the match it was pretty decent, but I was complaining at first because it was Paige started out fighting and. Brie Bella did an elbow to AJ like when she's like at her side on her corner and knocked her out. And I was like,
this is your
come
girl.
on. Yeah, and I was like, come on, what the hell? And then this of course left Paige alone. There was no one to tag. She was in trouble, there was no one to tag. And then when AJ finally got her ass up back in the corner, bam, they knocked her out again. I'm like, oh come on, you people. And then like she got up a third time, bam, again. And I was like, guys, this is stupid. And it's ridiculous. I was getting pissed off because, and she was like knocked out. There were still shots of her like just plain knocked down the ground. Like, AJ, get your damn ass up. And of course, Paige was like again left with no one to tag. She was getting a big beating from both sisters.
And this is your AJ.
Yes, and I was mostly complaining because the last time they fought in SmackDown Raw, whatever, they had a little thing where Paige accidentally hit AJ or something like that, and they kind of were bickering now, and I was hoping that this would end up the same way, that Paige would get mad at AJ because it was like, well, where the fuck were you during the whole match? I was alone here or something like that. But no, eventually AJ did get in there, she did kick some ass, and she did actually get Nikki into the Black Widow, and this is one thing I also like because one of the matches he had before in SmackDown Raw, whatever, one of the sisters smacked Paige into the ladders or something. And while AJ was distracted, the other sister grabbed her, won, whatever, they lost the match. So this is what happened here. Now it was Paige's turn to smash Brie Bella into the damn staircase. And whenever Nikki turned around to see what happened to her sister, that's when AJ grabbed her in the Black Widow, and eventually she tapped out. And yeah, so it's a good win for both AJ and Paige. And it's also good that despite their last match that ended with them looking like they were going to be, you know, against each other, they're good friends in this one. So that was good. It was a decent match, and it was a decent. It was.
Oh, between that and Triple H and AJ was the singers. Who cares? Okay. Singles match for WWE United States Championship: John Cena versus Rusev with Lana.
With Lana, yeah. Well, not much to say about the match. It was a decent match and everything. They did the thing. They kind of did this thing like they did last time with Fastlane. That when Rusev grabbed Cena in the accolade, and of course that's like the move that no one can get out of and whatever. Cena still managed to somehow get up, pick him up, and like get out of it and everything. But well, you can explain the weird finish it had.
Lana was taunting John Cena, or was trying to, and John literally walks up to her. And, you know, that's a distraction. So Rusev goes to intend to hit John and pretty much knocks out Lana by accident, which is kind of stupid. I'd say John should have at least stopped. I know he had to step out of the way so he wouldn't get hurt, but still, he just let Lana get smacked. Which is, I feel bad for Lana, but even though they're bad, I still felt bad for her because she just got smacked out. Yeah. And how heavy he is, I probably was like, bam. But, I forgot to say, Rusev's entrance was really good. She had like the Russian, like marching, Russian army men. And then their flag, their salute, whatever you want to call it, their anthem or whatever, which represented him, represented his country and stuff. Like, that's pretty good. And then freaking John Cena just gets a video of all the accomplishments of America, and it's just, I don't know. I think Russo's was a little bit better than America. They should have shoulders. Soldiers there, the American flag, and also John Cena got was a freaking video. Like, showing the accomplishments of America, but still. Like, you should have brought some American soldiers from that area, or brought in some veterans, or actually had the flag up, or did something American. not a freaking video, which is stupid. I thought
It
that was...
It was getting drawn out after a while.
Yeah, it was kind of boring. So, Russia beats America with that one.
Yeah, but I also felt a little bit bad for Lana because well, she was on the ground, she was crying, she was blaming herself, and of course Rusev kept bitching and yelling at her and everything.
Yeah, so it's bad for Rusev, but I still think his entrance was pretty good. Except for Rollins.
Yeah. But that's the thing I was saying though, that that's another thing. I do wonder how this is going to affect Rusev and Lana in like later on in Raw and stuff. Like, is that gonna like are they gonna
and
not
Lana
be together anymore?
threw her shoe at them.
Yeah, random thing, and nothing happened. She like threw her shoe into the ring, and I mean the shoe even fell out during the running around and stuff. I was expecting Rusev to like grab it and smack it in the face with it or something like that, and I was like, well, that was pointless. But the big thing is, another thing with the whole Lana thing is that Cena was about to do his I'm sorry guys, I don't know the name of his submission move. He's gonna do a submission move on Rusev, and that's when he like suddenly turned and saw like Lana yelling at him. It's like he had no reason to go over there and I guess yell at her back or anything. Just do the submission move and win. I mean that was the thing that was stupid, because unlike another wrestler that could get in and cheat, Lana's not a wrestler. She can't really do anything. So that was just the part that also was stupid. He had no reason. I know, but that was the thing though. He had no reason to just suddenly stop what he was doing and then go complain with Lana. And then of course, I mean, that, I don't know, that should have worked out better. She should have like thrown a shoe at him or something. But yeah. So anyways, what's the next
singles match? Is Undertaker versus Bray Wyatt.
Okay.
And I was rooting for Undertaker for sure. Screw Bray Wyatt.
Yes. And well, Bray Wyatt had an epic intro too with these, I guess, undead people following him. And one thing we gotta know is, I forgot to mention, is that this WrestleMania was actually aired like outdoors. So it was kind of cool. You get those, like, I don't know, the characters, they almost look different with all the different lighting. You see more detail with the clothes because it's like outside sun. So obviously Bray Wyatt can't do the thing where the room is dark and everyone's got their cell phones, because, you know. So he had like this, he's walking down with the lantern and all these dead guys are following him. And some of the dead guys are even like not moving until he touches them or puts the urn close to them and they start following him and everything. And of course Undertaker, of course, had this good intro. And, well, there's two sides to the thing. The first thing I want to say, because I did see WrestleMania, I think it's 30. This is 31, right? WrestleMania 30. I did see Undertaker versus Brock Lesnar. And yeah, I felt bad for him just looking at him. He was so old and out of shape. Like, I don't even know what happened compared to this year to last year. Like, this year, Undertaker looked better and better, stronger shape. He was more like pumped and everything. And it just makes me think, I mean, like, I'm glad he was, but made me think, like, dude, why weren't you just pumped up last year? You're going up against Brock Lesnar.
It's kind of funny. We didn't even notice this earlier. Like, she was wearing the Dragon Ball Z shirt earlier. Yeah, there was a rock and...
Yeah, I'll mention that in the after the thing. But the thing is that The Undertaker was in better shape, and he did do a better showing, and he looked healthier. But unfortunately, he kind of fell into the same trap he did last year, that once Bray Wyatt got him down, it still took quite a bit for him to get back up on his feet. He was, I don't know, he must have a lot of leg injuries or something. But yeah, whenever Undertaker goes down, it takes a very, very long time for him to get back up. And Bray Wyatt was, of course, taking advantage of it. And there's times where Undertaker is supposed to look scary. He's like, oh my god, he's looking at him with those eyes. But he's still stumbling and trying to get back up. But yes, in the end, Bray Wyatt had him with the Sister Abigail. And it looked like this was the end. But Undertaker somehow reversed it, got out of it, whatever. And then did the famous tombstone on him. And he won. So it's a good comeback for the Undertaker. But, I mean, I just feel bad for the shape he's in. And he was still, like, he won. He was still struggling to get up. And the announcer's like, oh my god, he's back, baby, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, dude, he's not back. He's barely trying to get back up on his feet. So, I don't know. I mean, in one way, I know people are big fans of The Undertaker and everything. And I know you guys probably want him to come back next year. But I think he should probably just retire, because if he's going to be in this kind of bad shape, I mean, he might as well retire while he still has time, you know? Or what do you think?
Huh?
Undertaker. To come back next year.
He should just retire.
Yeah.
I'm cold.
Any thoughts on Undertaker versus Bray Wyatt match in general?
Not really. Just I rooted for Undertaker. And he won. And every single time, like, Undertaker would be pinned out, gasped, and get scared whenever we get to the second count. But that's pretty much it. Yeah. And made me think of my grandma.
Yeah. The only thing I want to say, after I just before or after, there was this weird, almost pointless segment where Triple H and Stephanie came out, and well, at first it was good because they were like announcing like the 76 whatever thousands of people watching the show, and how the WWE Network
in this part
is now worldwide and all that good stuff. Yeah, it was good, but then you start acting all cocky that we're whatever because of us, because we own all you guys. And all of a sudden, The Rock came in, and The Rock started kind of bragging too.
There's a fast forward button on this.
Okay, hold on. The Rock kind of bragged, but the main thing is that Stephanie slapped him, and of course, well, The Rock can't hit him back. So The Rock went to the audience, this Ronda girl, because I'm sorry, I don't follow UFC too much, but they did mention that
she's the current... You don't follow it at all.
Okay. She's the current female UFC champion. So she got up in the ring, and she got to smack Stephanie around and everything. And Triple H, too. And it was a weird segment. I don't know. It was a waste of time, honestly. And I think they missed the point. Because I think the point The Rock should have made is when they were bragging about, like, saying that we own you all, The Rock should have been saying, like, no, you don't belong to us, like, we belong to the audience. Because the audience is, of course, we're the ones that are making WWE as big as it is. And they just completely failed on that point. So, it was, like, no point at all. It was weird. So, anyways, and I think Undertaker match was after that. So, anyways, what's the next match?
Brock Lesnar versus Roman Reigns. It's the WWE World Heavyweight Championship.
Yes, it's only been waiting for. Well, you can see our past videos and the other pay-per-views, and it's been slowly building up to it. But yes, Roman Reigns versus Brock Lesnar, and well, what can we say? Brock Lesnar was dominating most of the fight, but Roman Reigns kept laughing and smiling and talking smack to him regardless, and
just a mess of his mind.
Yeah, and then of course there was the epic scene where Lesnar and Reigns were out of the ring, and Reigns managed to shove him into the steel post thing.
Oh, and he was bleeding real bad.
Yeah, he got hit so bad, it was bleeding everywhere. And he was finally getting rocks now, and Reigns smacked him with 2 or 3 Superman punches and the spear and everything. He was like all wobbly.
Oh, here's the Chinese.
The Sting band.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I forgot to mention all the members, except one, were all painted black and white.
With the Sting face paint, yeah. Sting Crow face paint. But yeah. So one thing I want to say is. So, Brock Lesnar was wobbly, and it looked like if Reigns was going to win, and then all of a sudden, Seth Rollins had to run his damn ass in there with the briefcase and officially announce that he cashes in now, to actually announce, like, Seth Rollins cashes in, this is now a triple threat match. And, of course, in a triple threat match, all you have to do to win is to pin someone. Does not necessarily have to be the champion, just someone. So,
he took his opportunity.
Yes. Lesnar had, he was going to do that, whatever it's called, 5.5 move, whatever move he does. But, Rollins speared him. Reigns speared him. Rollins did the curb stomp on Roman Reigns. Roman Reigns, of course, by this point was very beaten up anyway, so he was just plain knocked out. Rollins did the 3 count, and he won. He's the current heavyweight champion of the world.
Oh, I don't watch. This is like my first Wrestlemania, really watching it. Like, I never knew anything about Money in the Bank, so I didn't know he can't do it in the middle of the match. But I figured he would do it whenever, like, whoever is a champion would be weak. So I thought it was going to happen, like, soon after the whole thing. And ironically, it was just in the middle of it. He took his chance. He was smart. He took it. And not, like, mad at him. I wish Roman Reigns won, but Seth Rollins was smart. He took the opportunity, the perfect opportunity, and took the belt. So, how do I explain it? I'm not mad at him. He's smart.
I know. But for me, it just pissed me off.
But he's going to be bragging about it a lot. That's the only thing that's going to be really annoying. Because he kept bragging about the whole Money in the Bank. So he's going to be bragging about this. So it's going to be like everybody's going to gang up on Seth Rollins. But I don't know. It's just he took his chance. He knew what to mooch off of. I thought he had to do like sign something in the middle of it. But he just shoved the briefcase to like a referee, and the announcer announced it, and it was a triple threat, and Seth saw his chance and took it. That's what I'm trying to say. He saw the chance and took it. So I can't be mad at him for taking his chance. He slithered his way into it, and he took it. So
yes, but like I said, it pissed me off. And you say, "Oh, fuck you." In retrospect,
he's like smiling.
Reigns.
He's like cheering. I like that. I never noticed that earlier.
Yeah. But in retrospect, Reigns kind of fucked himself over because if Lesnar was going to do that 5 whatever move on Rollins, he should have just let him do it and then spear him and then hopefully win. But it just pissed me off, and I was saying, "Oh, fuck you" so many times towards the TV screen. And like I said, it's not just so much bragging from Rollins, but you notice also going to be bragging from the Authority in general, from Triple H, from Stephanie, from Big Show, the whole Authority gang. I am the future of WWE. Like I said, it would be all that. Even right now, he was still like swinging the belt around all stupid and everything. It was just.
I don't know. Whenever he did that, I'm like, hey, Mark, I'll laugh if that flies out of his hand by accident and not be planned.
Yeah.
And the crowd gets it.
Yeah.
I wonder what the crowd would do. I wouldn't wonder if they would hand it right back. They had to.
Well, yeah. But yeah, that's the big thing, guys. So that was WrestleMania in general. What did you think of it?
I guess okay. And I was just half distracted at the same time. Like, I watched the matches I wanted to watch. I ignored it every so often and went on the computer, worked on YouTube, and I don't know. My mind's everywhere, so I can't just keep. Unless it's like Pretty Little Liars or something really intense, like that show. I'll do different things. I have to keep my mind occupied, so I watched it. I was in and out, so I didn't care too much.
Well, for me, my mind was super glued on it. It was, it's WrestleMania. The only thing that I complained, is that I felt that the Battle Royale thing, that should have been WrestleMania. That should have not been part of the kickoff pre-show crap. I mean, I feel that's something that's worth the battle. Yeah, that should have been in WrestleMania. I don't know. But yeah, ladder matches, except I didn't think.
There is too much crap going on in WrestleMania. Something that will be the pre-show.
Yeah. But,
well, at least the tag team championship was freaking pre-show. I don't care anymore.
Yeah.
But Cesaro, Natalia, and
Tyson
the kid, Usos, and Naomi.
The Terminator, Triple H there.
The Metadolas, and freaking... the New Age.
New Day. Yeah. But, so some of the matches were so. I do like the AJ and Paige one. I do like seeing the NWO back there, at least for a while.
Even though your girl isn't being pushover.
Yes. And I did like the Sting match. I do like the Undertaker match. I don't know. I
like
do
the honorable with Triple H with Sting.
Mm-hmm. And I also like, before Rollins came in, I did like Roman Reigns versus Lesnar, because I was going to say that even if Lesnar somehow won, because I don't know, I was afraid he was going to win anyway. At least Reigns.
That's why he renewed his contract. He's going to go against Seth Rollins. I
Yeah.
know it.
Yeah, but I was happy that at least Reigns was the first one to really smack him around and cause some damage and get him all wobbly and all that stuff. So he at least had that credit. That was something that Cena or Rollins or Undertaker, no one could do. So that at least gave him some credit. But we'll see what happens. So anyways, guys, that wraps up this thing. I do want to say one last thing. They had a Hall of Fame induction here. They had Macho Man inducted. His brother represented him. They had Connor, the kid, that the fan from last year, and Rikishi, which is Uso's father. But the one that really got me is Arnold Schwarzenegger. I mean, you guys have to tell me the information. When has he ever been involved in WWE, WWF, or whatever? I don't know. I know Mr. T was in WrestleMania before, but Arnold Schwarzenegger, you guys are going to have to fill out and tell me what he has to do with wrestling or whatever. But, yeah. But, and of course, Kevin Nash, because you guys would kill me if I don't mention him, but Kevin Nash is also in the Hall of Fame. But anyways, guys, that wraps up this episode of WWE Aftershock. Good WrestleMania. I do have to say one thing, though. Compared to last year, where Daniel Bryan won, it's like the good guys won, and this one with Seth Rollins, it's like saying the bad guys won. So anyways, guys, Mark Rodriguez here.
Lazy Paige.
And the Grumpy Cat. And we'll see you all next time. I guess the next one is called Extreme Rules, so see you when I already put that one up. Have a good one, guys. We'll see you in the wrestling ring.
My ring.